The first time. Auto Body.
On that one day of practice, and a very, 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 very good Aberdeen Christian team here tonight.
Yeah, it was a tough loss, and we kind of talked about it yesterday at practice. The fact that it's one of those games where we did so many things right, we just didn't get the ball in the hoop. So it was something that we can take some lessons away from. But the biggest thing is we gave our best on the defensive side of things and executed the game plan as well as we could have. It's just unfortunately didn't land in our favor, so it was time to regroup, rebuild, and get ready for tonight's game.
Yeah, a game where, Miller, I was really impressed with their defense. I thought they just, got after you a little bit and made it a little tough, and certainly you're going to see a lot of that here tonight because, boy, Christian is fast, they're lengthy, and they've got a lot of talent everywhere on the floor.
Yeah, they're one of those teams that has a little bit of everything, where they've got great shooting ability from several guys, from Weaker, Russell, Isaacson, to just intensity on the defensive end. I know Andrew Brennan does a great job of kind of pressuring the point guards and making them work for everything. So it's definitely going to be a battle. It's going to be something that takes our best effort on the offense end, where we can take care of the basketball, which we did a good job of that Tuesday night. But now it's about not just taking care of it, but finding ways to get it to the basket and finish at the rim.
Keys for you tonight, is it an execution thing? I mean, I think you got to be kind of crisp and really just be very precise in this one, huh?
Yeah, it's one of those games where you have to play your best basketball. Our guys were aware of that yesterday at practice. We know who their go-to guys are. We know what Weaker can do. We know what Russell can do. So it starts with kind of understanding their position on the floor, where those two are at, and helping take those guys away. We understand they've got 7 or 8 guys who can put the ball in the basket consistently, but it starts by taking away their two biggest threats and playing from there. Offensively, key is find good shots and be willing to shoot the ball at opportune times, get the ball to the basket as often as possible, but make our possessions count. One thing we talked about yesterday at practice, we've scored in the 30s the last 2 games, so our goal is we can't turn the ball over. We have to make sure that we're getting shots up every time down the floor, just because those possessions are so crucial to us.
Well, and I know the rotation is still you're going to be a man short. Darwin out yet again tonight probably, and one of those things. Do you have to do anything special against them, or do you come out and just work on the things that you do best?
It's a combination of both. We have to come on and just work on what we do best, and we don't necessarily want to change what we're doing offensively for them, but at the same time, when it gets to that point, we need to slow things down. We're going to slow things down just to make sure we're not giving them any extra possessions either. They're not a team that we can afford to give extra possessions to, because they're going to make us pay. So at opportune times, we're going to push it, but at the same time, we're going to recognize when advantage isn't there, slow things down, and play in the half court.
Yeah. Well, and they're just a good team, and I mean they like to get up and down, and they'll get after it every chance they get. But an experienced team, and certainly, like you said, just got to play your best basketball. It's easier said than done.
Yeah, it's a great team, and it's going to be a unique one just because, again, so many of our guys have been with these boys for the last 3 or 4 years. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be definitely an emotional one for a lot of guys, kind of bickering back and forth with their friends, but we also made the point tonight, they're not our friends. They're the opponents, so we have to play it like that way.
Yeah, and I think you come in loose. I mean, everything to gain, nothing to lose, and those guys, and just go let her rip.
Yeah, our guys are excited. They know the challenge that's at hand, but at the same time, those are the games that they live for, so it's going to be a fun one.
You bet. Have fun tonight, Coach. Appreciate your time.
Appreciate it, Scott. Thank you.
Thank you. Dan Gallagher, head coach of the Cavaliers, back with more on our pregame in 2 minutes.
After a cancer diagnosis, you take it 1 hour, 1 day, 1 milestone at a time. But you want more adventures, more time, more hellos. As the region's only accredited cancer network, Avera Cancer Institute is your partner in making more a reality. We'll pinpoint the specific treatment that's best for you. You'll have a 24/7 support system to call with questions. Visit avera.org/cancercare. Avera, moving health forward.
At Schwab Audiology, we believe that to hear better is to live better. Hearing loss is not something to ignore. It can have serious effects on your health and well-being. Hearing loss is one of the most common and most treatable health conditions in the world. Early treatment can make a difference. Take the first step by calling Schwab Audiology at 725-4455 to schedule a free hearing screening or stop by our clinic located on Southeast 6th Avenue in Aberdeen. At Schwab Audiology, we're all ears.
Welcome back to the Roncalli Gym. Scott Solberg with you from the HKG Architecture broadcast booth, getting ready for the boys contest here on the State Farm Agent Linda Shop pregame. Again, tonight's Law on the Court, always presented by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office Division of Consumer Protection. Keeping the law again here for this evening's boys matchup. Darren Lorenz, Paul Roselle, and Chris Frericks. They did our girls contest as well. Darren Lorenz, Paul Roselle, Chris Frericks, tonight's Law on the Court. Keys to the game brought to you by the Aberdeen Chrysler Center and by Abra Auto Body and Glass. When bad luck strikes your vehicle, don't take chances with where you have it repaired. See Northeast South Dakota's best and most trusted body shop, Abra Auto Body and Glass, where they offer free estimates, free loaner cars, and fix your vehicle right the first time on time. Keys to the game tonight for Aberdeen Christian. Coach Matt Rohrbach saying we need to take the shots and we need to take the right shots. Aberdeen Christian is going to want to work to get their best look possible. They want to play in a rhythm and stay in that rhythm here tonight. Coach said, we know there's going to be a lot of emotion here, so we want to channel that and put that into our focus for the game. They got to play a team game, according to Coach Rohrbach. And, again, the crowd will be into it, no doubt about that. So just trying to get the Aberdeen Christian crowd fired up and quiet the Roncalli crowd is kind of, I guess, what Coach Rohrbach is intimating. But they are so good, and, again, can score it inside, can score it outside. And Ethan Russell and Malik Weaker have been the leaders here for Aberdeen Christian, and that leads to the Roncalli keys for the game. You heard Dan Gallagher say we got to make their go-to guys work for points, and that is Ethan Russell and Malik Weaker. So Roncalli's focus is going to be to try to make them earn what they get. The Cavs want to work their offense and find good shots. They need to have good possessions every trip down. And then the defensive effort. They want to make Aberdeen Christian score or work for any score they get and try to limit those opportunities. They can't give up 3, 4, 5 chances at a time. And, again, against a big, physical, and tall Aberdeen Christian team, it's going to be an uphill battle for Roncalli. But, again, certainly a key for them is to try to slow that Aberdeen Christian attack down. Keys to the game brought to you by the Aberdeen Chrysler Center, a proud supporter of area athletics, and by Abra Auto Body and Shop. Again, for your next new or used vehicle, stop by Aberdeen Chrysler in the Auto Plaza. Shop online at AberdeenChrysler.com. Our pregame show tonight presented by State Farm Agent Linda Shop. Linda providing life, home, and auto insurance to the Aberdeen region. Call her today at 605-262-1230. We're going to take a quick final pregame break, and then we're back for tonight's starting lineups between Roncalli and Christian on the boys' side. Back after this.
Not using your timeshare like you thought you would, and you'd like to get rid of it, but you're not sure how to go about it. And all of a sudden, you receive a call from a company saying that they have a purchaser for your timeshare if you'd like to sell it now. In order to do this, you'll have to pay a listing cost of $4,000 and small closing costs, and you'll be rid of your timeshare. You need to be skeptical if you receive this call. There is typically no buyer, and all they're going to do is take your $4,000. If you've been victimized by this type of scam, call Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986.
For over 50 years, Har Motors has continued to provide Northeast South Dakota with new and pre-owned vehicles. With the addition of Har's Redfield Ford to the family, now shop for Toyota, Honda, and Nissan, or the Ford vehicle to fit your budget. Browse the full inventory at harmotors.com or stop in any location for a quick, fun, and hassle-free car buying experience. After the sale, Har Motors offers timely service repairs, parts, and aftermarket accessories, and peace-of-mind body repairs at Har's Auto Body. Har Motors, home of the lifetime warranty and proud supporters of area athletics.
Starting lineups tonight brought to you by Mark Melhoff Insurance. See them for all of your health and life insurance needs. Give Mark Melhoff Insurance a call at 229-4886. Stop by their office at 706 South Main or find them online at mmiaberdeen.com. For Aberdeen Christian, 15-1, coached by Matt Rohrbach. They'll start at the guards, Malik Weeker, a 6'1 senior, and Andrew Brennan, a 5'10 senior. The front line, very talented, very athletic. Ethan Russell at one forward, a 6'7 senior, and again, he'll shoot the ball well from the outside, so you got to guard him all over the floor. Caden Clark will start at a forward, a 6'3 senior, and Jackson Isaacson, a 6'3 senior, will start as a forward as well. Brennan, Russell, and Isaacson, of course, along with Abe Holscher, who will see action off the bench, all members of the Aberdeen Roncalli and Aberdeen Christian Co-op football team this year, so certainly no strangers to each other here in this ball game. As we said, Abe Holscher will see time, a 6'1 senior. Connor Furman, a 6'5 sophomore. Ellis Russell, a 6'3 sophomore, will also see time. Joey Johnson, kind of a question mark, battling through some back spasms. He's a 6'4 junior. They're hoping he will be able to go tonight, and we'll see if that does indeed happen. For Aberdeen Roncalli, 9-8 coming into the ball game. Dan Gallagher will start at the guards. Maddox Miller, a 6' junior, and Aiden Fisher, a 5'10 sophomore. The forwards for Roncalli, Maddox May, a 6'1 sophomore, Caden Shelton, a 6'2 junior, and Jaden Monroe, a 6'3 senior. Off the bench, Zane Backus, a 5'11 sophomore, and Brody Weinmeister, a 6'1 sophomore, will see time. Could see some of Parker Greben, a 6'4 sophomore, and again, Darwin Gambler out with that sprained ankle, and hoping he'll maybe be back next week, and we'll see how it goes. He will not be in action tonight. Roncalli in their home whites, and Aberdeen Christian in their road black uniforms. We get ready to go here from the Roncalli gym. And we're not packed, but we are full. A good 80-85% full, I'd say, in the gym here tonight. It'll be Jaden Monroe jumping it up against Ethan Russell as we get ready to get this one underway. Number 1 rated Aberdeen Christian in Class B, and Aberdeen Roncalli hoping to give them a scare here tonight. Tap is controlled by Jaden Monroe and the Cavaliers, and Maddox Miller will come up with the basketball. We'll get it across the line, and we'll set it left wing for Aiden Fisher. Down low underneath, they get Maddox May, but too far into the basket, has to kick it out to Miller on the wing. Pass top of the key, around left to Caden Shelton. Shelton will drive, dish to Monroe on the perimeter. Now Aiden Fisher left of the key. Will go back to Shelton in the corner. Maddox May will get it. We'll kick it back to Miller. 8 on the shot clock, and driving Jaden Monroe, I thought, should have gone up with it, but he tried to dump it down low to Maddox May, and the ball is stolen away by the Knights with the shot clock winding down. Here is Andrew Brennan driving to the basket, and he drives and quickly dishes off to Caden Clark underneath on the block right side. Clark puts it up and in, and the Cavaliers fall down here 2-0 as Christian make quick work to get points on the board. Left side is Monroe. He'll get it top of the key for Shelton. Now left, Monroe will take it in, and we'll leave it back off to Maddox Miller. Miller looked at the three. Now we'll kick it in the corner. Aiden Fisher will save it, but going out of bounds has to save it off. Here's Monroe getting it. Goes up and over Clark, but Monroe puts it off the glass too hard. And the Knights with the rebound bring it back the other way. Brennan on the left side will get it top of the key for Jackson Isaacson. Isaacson will get it back off to Ethan Russell. Give and go from Clark to Russell. And Russell gets high and will put it up and good. And it's a quick 4-0 Aberdeen Christian lead. Monroe across the timeline. Will give it left to Aiden Fisher. Fisher dribbling along the arc. Will give it back off to Maddox Miller right side. Miller leaves it back. Monroe takes it right of the key. Will kick it back. Shelton will take it in. Will put up a little floater, and he'll be fouled by Brennan on the way in. Andrew Brennan will pick up the foul, and Caden Shelton will go to the free throw line with 2. Brennan, the first foul of this ball game, and Shelton will try to get Roncalli on the board here from the free throw line. First one on the way is up and good. So the Cavs are on the board with the Shelton free throw. And one more shot to go here for the 6'2 junior. It is up, and it is good. 4-2, the Christian lead. Cavaliers are going to show some full-court token-type pressure. Miller and Brennan locking up as Brennan brings it across the timeline. Pass will come right. Malik Weaker will touch it for the first time tonight. We'll get it out left. Jackson Isaacson from 3 in the corner, no good. And Maddox May the rebound for the Cavaliers. He'll give it off to Monroe. Roncalli back the other way. Monroe hands it off to Shelton. Takes it to the line. Now dumps it down low to May. Back in front, Shelton with the ball. Leaves it left to Miller. Miller takes it into the paint. Drive, dish. Monroe will square it up from 3. That one off the back iron, no good. Rebound, though. Shelton will keep it. We'll get it off to Aiden Fisher. His 3 from out top won't drop. And the rebound underneath is taken by Brennan, but getting in the passing lane is Jaden Monroe. And Monroe will drive, and he's going to draw a foul, I think a reach on Caden Clark. The rebound was cleared by Isaacson. He tried to flip it over to Clark, and Monroe got the hand on the basketball. And Clark will pick up the foul, second of the game against the Knights. Maddox Miller inbounds right of the basket here for the Cavaliers. Miller will lob it out top to Maddox May, now to Monroe, top of the key. Jaden Monroe right for Miller. He'll back it off, guarded there by Weaker. He'll get a screen now, try to pick and roll. Wasn't there, and Cavs working around the perimeter. Now left corner comes to Monroe. Monroe leaves it to Miller. Again, they cover up well, and Miller has 2 on him as he looked at the three-pointer. Now it is Aiden Fisher from the three-point line, right corner, and Aiden Fisher knocks it down good. Cavs have their first lead of the night, 5-4, with 4:50 to go first quarter. Ethan Russell the other way will get it right corner to Malik Weaker. Weaker guarded there by Aiden Fisher, and Fisher's going to get called for the push. And Aiden has battled foul trouble a lot this year, and boy, locked up against Malik Weaker. Fisher really playing him hard, but he's going to have to pick and choose his spots on when to get aggressive, and that time just kind of pushed it a little bit. First foul of the game against the Cavaliers. It'll be Weaker putting it in play right of the basket. Cavs matching up man on man. Ethan Russell gets the inbound pass and gets it out top to Brennan. Brennan into the paint, and Maddox Miller's going to bump him as he takes it in. Miller will pick up his first foul. And again, when the Cavaliers get their guards in foul trouble, they really struggle. And 2 quick ones here on Fisher and Miller apiece. Russell again, the inbound pass will get it out front for Isaacson. Between the circles, Brennan, right side to Connor Furman. Furman tries to get it down low to Russell, and Russell couldn't find the handle and loses it out of bounds. First turnover of the game against Christian, and Roncalli will get it back, holding a 5-4 lead. 4:30 to play first quarter on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard. Aiden Fisher brings it across the line. He'll give it left side to Miller, now to Jaden Monroe. Monroe works it right to Shelton. Now back to Monroe, spins in the lane, goes up, tough shot, won't get it to go, but May with a touch putback, very close to the rim, but got it coming out, and Maddox May taps it back down, and the Cavs have a 7-4 lead. They've scored 7 straight. Here's a little runner in the lane, up and no good for Isaacson, and Caden Shelton, the rebound, will give it off to Jaden Monroe. Monroe left, kicks it to Miller. 3 from the wing is up and no good. Rebound backside. Shelton goes back up with it. Caden Shelton puts it up and in. A 9-0 run for the Cavaliers. And Aberdeen Christian will take a full timeout. 3:45 to go first quarter. Roncalli 9, Aberdeen Christian 4. Back in a minute.
On our relationships with our members. If you're concerned about your financial future, stop in and have a conversation to see how our credit union can help you. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Brown County can become a member. NCUA insured, equal housing lender.
Spring cleaning is starting early at Shoe Science. Hey, this is Kyle, and you're not going to want to miss out on hot deals we have started here on Main Street. 50 to 70% off a massive selection of footwear. Brooks, Asics, Under Armour, and lots of Hoka brand shoes, all priced to sell. Get in early for the best selection. Track season and warm weather are right around the corner. Think ahead this week for the best savings for the next season's shoes. Shoe Science, for the comforts and the science, located across from Dakota Bank in downtown Aberdeen.
3:45 to go first quarter. Roncalli 9 and Aberdeen Christian 4. The Knights will inbound underneath the Roncalli basket, and the Cavs are going to show some full court pressure here. Jackson Isaacson will put it in play, and we'll get it in play to Connor Furman. Furman will give it off to Malik Weaker, and Weaker will bring it across the timeline. Fisher will get on him out front. Cavs matching up in man. Paul will come left of the key for Joey Johnson into the ball game. Johnson will give it left, and here is a drive. Ethan Russell has a shot knocked away. Aiden Fisher is going to get an elbow, and he is down on the floor in the backcourt. Up the floor, Caden Shelton will get the ball back. Driving, Maddox Miller, a pump fake, puts it up, and the shot is blocked, but Maddox May the rebound. They'll get it to Fisher, and now Shelton on the baseline tries to cross-court it, and the ball stolen away by Ethan Russell. They'll put it in the hands of Jackson Isaacson. Knights attack. Isaacson left side, drives past Shelton and lays it up and in. Jackson Isaacson has his first basket of the night, and that'll break that 9-0 Roncalli run. 9-6 the Cavalier lead, 2:50 to go first quarter. Maddox Miller across the timeline will get it to Fisher. Fisher now gives it back to Miller, who drives. Little pump fake, triple team, but on the backside, Miller passes through it to May underneath the basket. Great assist from Miller to May, and Roncalli's lead is back to 5. Jackson Isaacson with the ball, dribbles right, and now cutting in was Russell, running it down. Weaker's going to dribble it on the out-of-bounds line, and Roncalli will get the ball back on the Christian turnover. Ethan Russell out of the game along with Isaacson, and Andrew Brennan is back in along with Caden Clark. Brody Weinmeister checks in as well as Zane Backus as Fisher has a seat, and Roncalli with the ball. They'll put it in the hands of Maddox Miller, right corner. Miller out on the wing, uses up his dribble. Now we'll get it to Backus, top of the key. Left side Monroe, drives to the foul line, kick out to Weinmeister. Now they'll force it down. May triple team down the block will go to Monroe on the wing. Monroe back to Weinmeister. Now between the circles, Maddox Miller. And from three, he'll drop it in, top of the key. Maddox Miller drops in the three ball. Cavs red hot here, have opened up an 8-point advantage. Right side, Joey Johnson takes it baseline, and some contact underneath. Maddox May trying to draw the foul, and they're going to call a no whistle. It will be out of bounds off of May, and Christian will inbound underneath. Connor Furman will put it in play. Furman gets it to Weaker, three right corner, up and off the mark, short. Right wing pass given off to Brennan, and Brennan now will back it up. Takes the lane, drives, dishes. Furman from three, right corner, up and in. Connor Furman, the sophomore off the bench, drops in the three, and we've got a whistle after the shot. A warning on something. A delay of game warning, and not sure what the call there prompted that. I guess I didn't notice, but a warning has been given, so we'll keep an eye on that. 14-9, Roncalli's lead. Cavs on the offensive end. Weinmeister gives it to Monroe, left wing. Jaden dribbles free throw line into the paint, and a foul and a hand check foul goes on Malik Weaker, I believe. That'll be his first. Nope. That'll be on number, they call it on 20, but I believe they meant number 10, Malik Weaker. Weaker's first. That's a third team foul against the Knights. Roncalli inbounding underneath. Zane Backus will put the ball in play, and we'll get it to May on the left block. May goes up. Caden Clark partially blocked it, but they'll get it back. Now Miller, an off-balance three from out front won't go, and we have got a reaching foul called on the Cavaliers with the ball loose inside. That will go on Brody Weinmeister, his first, third team foul against Roncalli. Ethan Russell and Jackson Isaacson back in for the Knights. Furman and Brennan sit. Caden Shelton checks in for Roncalli, and Jaden Monroe will have a seat. 1:05 to go first quarter. Roncalli, a 9-0 run, has helped them out to a 14-9 lead. Isaacson across the timeline will get it to Abe Holscher into the game. Ball comes left for Weaker on the wing. He'll get a screen right. Weaker drops up the three, or puts the three up. Shot is long. Isaacson there with the board will get it back into the corner for Clark. Clark back down low. Russell on the block will go up and over Shelton. Shot no good, but Shelton's going to get him on the way up, and Ethan Russell will go to the line with two. Caden Shelton's first foul of the night. Ethan Russell, 2 points in the ball game, will step to the stripe with two. Trying to pull Aberdeen Christian within three. 43.4 on the shot, and Ethan Russell's free throw well short. And Russell will have one more here from the line. Kind of steps away and chuckling to himself. He said, what did I just do? Second one is up, and that one is nothing but net. 3 for Russell, 14-10, the Cavalier lead. 40 seconds to go first quarter. Zane Backus across the timeline. Leaves it off for Maddox Miller in front. Miller dribbles down to the stripe. Now we'll get it to Shelton on the wing. Caden Shelton will drive and will dish. Miller will put up the 3 ball. That one just long, no good. And the backside rebound taken by Russell. He'll bring it back the other way with the dribble, and Russell will pull a 3 off the break. Nothing but net. Ethan Russell does that a lot. He'll get the board, and you expect the 6'7" guy to go down low, but he's got a nice outside shot. 14-13 now, under 10 to play in the quarter. Miller goes high post to May, back to the basket. Miller with 3 seconds to go gets a screen right. He's double teamed and does not get a shot off, and that will be your first quarter of play. Got a good one through 8. Aberdeen Roncalli 14, Aberdeen Christian 13. We're back to the Roncalli gym in a minute. If you're dealing with that. Physical therapy assistant Eric Johnson will work with you and your physician to develop a specialized plan to help you with your pain. They also provide sports therapy rehab, balance therapy, aquatic therapy in their warm water pool, and more. Search Orthopedic Physical Therapy Center online or give them a call at 725-9900. Orthopedic Physical Therapy Center at 6 North Roosevelt Street in Aberdeen.
At American Family Insurance, we believe that with the right support, any dream is possible. For auto, home, business, or life, contact us today.
Contact the Brian Jorgensen Agency, Inc. at 605-622-7777 or stop by 923 6th Avenue Southeast.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI. American Family Insurance Company. American Family Life Insurance Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
1 quarter down, Roncalli 14, Aberdeen Christian 13. The Knights will have the basketball as Malik Weaker will get the inbound pass. Roncalli stays matched up man on man. Weaker will get a screen right, and Weaker will dribble off to the right side of the floor. Stops near the three-point line, now works it underneath for Caden Clark. Clark on the block will go up and over Brody Weinmeister. Shot won't go, and the rebound cleared on the backside by Caden Shelton. Shelton will give it off to Zane Backus, and Roncalli comes the other way. Man pressure here from the Knights inside the three-point line. Backus on the right wing will ask for a screen, but now takes it the other way, and a floater up and good for Backus from the right baseline, and that's Zane Backus's first shot of the night to drop. Now Russell out top is going to get the ball top of the key and will take a little hop before he gets a dribble down, and will get whistled for a travel. And so Connor Furman will check back in here for Christian. Caden Clark will sit, and the Cavaliers will inbound, holding a 16-13 lead. 7:13 to play first half on the Ibero Orthopedic scoreboard. Aiden Fisher will get the ball left wing for Zane Backus underneath. Backside open for Jaden Monroe. He tries to go up with the shot, double teamed. Now has it blocked, gets the ball back, and comes out in a little hook shot. Finds the bottom of the net. Monroe will get one up and gets it to drop his first basket of the night. Ethan Russell now with a pump fake, gets a defender in the air but can't shoot. It'll go to Furman. He'll drive and he'll take it in and then leaves it off to Russell, cutting to the hole, and Ethan Russell will lay it up and in from point-blank range. Russell has 8 to pace the Knights, and it's an 18-15 Roncalli lead. Minute and a half gone second quarter. Brody Weinmeister goes top of the key to Shelton. Now left side, Monroe takes it left block. Again, double team, puts it up, and the shot no good. Rebound is going to be lost out of bounds. Zane Backus trying to battle for it, is going to knock it away out of bounds. And Christian will get the ball back, a chance to tie it up with a 3-ball. Aiden Fisher is going to get on Weaker. Inbounding Ellis Russell into the game will get Weaker the basketball, and now Fisher backs off as Weaker will bring it across the timeline. Weaker between the circles, goes high post. Russell back to the basket, looks down low now, will drive, splits defenders, goes to the rim, shot no good. Rebound May, and Russell battling for it. They're going to call a jump ball, and it will be Roncalli arrow. And so the Cavaliers will get it back here with 6:05 to go in the half. Again, really a tussle there for the hoop, or for the ball after the on the drive down, and the missed shot by Russell. Maddox Miller will get the inbound pass. He'll bring it up uncontested. Miller across the line will give it off to Monroe right side. And Monroe is going to drag the pivot foot, kind of got extended out and lost his balance, and the pivot foot moved. So third turnover of the night whistled against Roncalli. And the Knights will get the ball in play. Isaacson will get it to Weaker, and we have got a blood here on the floor. That will be Ellis Russell, who went down as a result of that tie-up on the last trip down. A little bit of a bloody nose there for Ellis Russell. And they'll send him off to get looked at by Teresa Backus. Joey Johnson, a 6'4 junior, will check in for Christian. So we'll try it again here. The Knights will put the ball in play against full court trapping type pressure. Weaker will get it across the line, will drive, and will go to the basket, and shot no good. And they're going to call Malik Weaker with a charge. Weaker had a full head of steam, and Weaker is going to kind of try to force it up. It wouldn't go, and a charge in the process will be his second. Weaker will sit down, and Caden Clark will come back into the game here for Aberdeen Christian. An 18-15 Aberdeen Roncalli lead. They've led since they went on a 9-0 run after falling behind 4-0. Ball left, Maddox Miller will get the ball back. Here's a pick and roll, but double team. Miller couldn't get it to Maddox May. Now Caden Shelton will get it, drives to the hole, shot up no good. Rebound grabbed underneath by Joey Johnson. He'll get it in the hands of Caden Clark. Clark hurries it up the floor, a drive and a dish. Russell, right block, puts it up, no good, but Russell will draw a foul, and he'll go to the line with 2. Foul on the Cavaliers will go on Maddox May. That's his first. 5th team foul, and again in the act of shooting, Ethan Russell will go to the line with a pair. Russell 1 of 2 from the line, 8 points. First one on the way, in and out, no good. Zane Backus back for Roncalli. Caden Shelton will sit, and Jackson Isaacson will come out of the game for Aberdeen Christian as Andrew Brennan will check back in. One more to go from the line for Russell. This one on the way, up and in. 18-16, and token pressure shown by the Knights, but they'll back out of it as Zane Backus brings it across the timeline. Backus to the free throw line, kicks it out left side. Aiden Fisher from 3, shot in and out, no good. Boy, halfway down and it rattles out. Caden Clark will hurry the rebound back the other way. Christian looking for a tie or a lead on a 3 here, cutting to the basket. Shot by Connor Furman, stuffed by Monroe, but Caden Clark will get the board and will get it back to Andrew Brennan. Back to Clark on the right wing. Clark dribbles to the free throw line, stops just in the paint, dumps it low for Johnson on the block, triple teamed, and he will draw a foul. The push is going to go, I think, on Jaden Monroe. We'll see. Nope, they're going to call it on Fisher. Fisher, Monroe, and I think it was Miller all in the area, and Aiden Fisher will get called for his second foul of the night. Joey Johnson, a 6'4 junior, to the line with 2. First one on the way, up and good. Jackson Isaacson will come back in along with Malik Weaker. Russell and Connor Furman sit. Roncalli brings Weinmeister back in for Aiden Fisher with those 2 fouls. Johnson now gets the ball back. Second of the free throws on the way. Good. And we are tied at 18 apiece. We will take a break. 4:45 to play first half. 18-18 your score between Aberdeen Christian and Aberdeen Roncalli. We're back after this.
The COVID pandemic has presented new challenges, both the disease and the mRNA vaccines. Immune upregulation and downregulation leading to a mixed bag of unique symptoms. For nasal congestion, cough. We offer a targeted immune evaluation. This is Dr. Tom Mazier with Jenny Schaefer at Aberdeen Asthma and Allergy.
Aberdeen Christian has battled back here and has tied the game at 18 apiece. 4:45 to play first half. Christian jumped out to a 4-0 lead. Roncalli went on a 9-0 run and has led it ever since, but the Knights now have pulled even. The Cavs on the offensive end. Maddox Miller out front is going to be called, or Maddox Miller out front will draw a foul. Joey Johnson gets out and is going to get called for a block. His first and the 5th team foul against Aberdeen Christian. Cavaliers inbound from the sideline, far side. Monroe will get it in play to Brody Weinmeister, and now the Cavs put it back in the hands of Maddox Miller in front. Miller goes left wing for Backus, right side to Miller. Cavs back it up. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Miller leaves it back now to Zane Backus. It'll come to Monroe, who dribbles foul line. Hands it off to Miller. Now right for Backus on the wing. Zane outside the three-point line will kick it left corner. Maddox Miller tries a baseline drive. Nothing there. Under 10 on the shot clock. Top of the key. Zane Backus lets fly that three way long. And the rebound taken by Jackson Isaacson for the Knights. Christian attacking. Isaacson drives, dishes. Brennan into the paint, dumps it low. Johnson will go up, put it up and good and count it. Joey Johnson gets the nice feed from Brennan. Muscles it up and good, and now Johnson will go for the traditional three-point play as Aberdeen Christian back on top, 20-18. Ethan Russell will check in for Caden Clark for Christian, and Jaden Monroe out of the game. He picked up the foul on the Johnson shot. And Maddox May back in for the Cavs. Johnson's free throw up and good. He's got 5 off the bench. Connor Furman back now for Aberdeen Christian, and Johnson will have a seat. 21-18 Knights with 3:54 to play here in the first half. Zane Backus will get the inbound pass and kind of stumbled as he caught it. Feet kind of got a little crossed up, and now Backus will give it off to Maddox Miller in front. Miller between the circles. Weinmeister now left side for Caden Shelton. He'll dribble foul line, takes it down into the middle of the lane. Outside, so he'll back off, and we'll get it to Maddox Miller back at the center circle. Miller a stop and go, and Miller's going to get called for a little shove as the elbow came up trying to clear himself some room. Maddox Miller called for his second of the ball game. 8th team foul, but it's an offensive foul, possession foul, and Aberdeen Christian will get the ball back. Brennan brings the Knights across the timeline. Right side picks up his dribble. Now will give it off to Weaker out front, guarded there by Maddox May. Weaker gets a screen, will drive and will dish in the corner. Isaacson saves it from going out of bounds back into Weaker's hands. Weaker on top to Brennan. He'll bring it left. Brennan thought about the shot, now gives it off in front to Furman. Furman to Brennan, and he will drive, and going down, kicks it out into the left corner to Isaacson, and he'll put a 3 up and good. Going down, Andrew Brennan just shoveled it over to the far corner. Jackson Isaacson wide open, drains the 3 ball. 24-18, the Knights on a bit of a run here have opened up their biggest lead of the ball game. Now here's Backus into the lane. He'll kick it out top. Shelton from 3, off the mark, no good. Rebound grabbed by Isaacson, and he'll let traffic clear and bring it back the other way. Pass inside, deflected by Shelton, but Isaacson will run the loose ball down in front. Isaacson will drive, and as he turns his back to the basket, kind of shuffled the feet a little bit, and he'll get called for a travel. 4th turnover of the game for Aberdeen Christian. Roncalli will get it back with 2:27 left to go here in the first half. 24-18, Aberdeen Christian leading on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard. Roncalli will have Zane Backus bring the ball the other way. Man pressure here at about the 3-point line set up by Christian. Ball middle of the lane. Weinmeister goes up against Weaker, and the shot no good. Rebound taken by the Knights. Weaker brings it back the other way. Will cross over dribble, strong to the basket, and lays it up and in. Malik Weaker has his first points of the night with just 2 minutes to go here in the first half. And now Andrew Brennan's going to pick the pocket of Aiden Fisher, loses it on the way in. Fisher, though, kind of strips the ball back from Brennan, and he drives, and the Cavs the other way. They'll work it down low. Zane Backus will go to the basket. The shot is blocked by Russell, and they're going to call it out of bounds off of Ethan Russell. Cavs will inbound under their own basket. Abe Holscher back in for the Knights as Matt Rohrbach brings Isaacson out, just really trying to keep the kids fresh. Aiden Fisher inbounds it right corner to Maddox May. Now Fisher will hand it off, or get the handoff back from May. Ball comes left for Shelton. Out top of the key, Backus with 1:40 on the clock here in the first half. Cavs down 6. Shelton left side of the line. The left lane cleaned out, and Shelton will go to the hole, and he'll be fouled on the way in by Ethan Russell. Russell picks up his first, but Shelton, in the act of shooting, will go to the line with 2. Caden Shelton, 4 points tonight, 2 of 2 from the line. He shot the only 2 free throws here in this ball game thus far for Ron Colley. And he'll try to cut the lead down to 6. Free throw hits a back iron, bounces high, and bounces in good. Hometown roll there for Caden Shelton, who has 5. Jaden Monroe back for Ron Colley. Zane Backus will sit. And Shelton now will get the ball back for the second of the 2 free throws. It's on the way up, and this one off the back iron and will fall out no good. Caden Clark, the rebound, will get it into the hands of Brennan. Weinmeister will work him as Brennan brings it across. Pass comes top of the key. Caden Clark, left of the key, looking. Will find Brennan on the wing. Brennan now takes it baseline, gets past Weinmeister and goes to the hole, lays it up and in. Andrew Brennan's first basket of the night, and it's a 9-point Aberdeen Christian lead as the Knights have steadily extended this lead here in the second quarter. Maddox May with the ball, middle of the lane, kick out to Fisher. Now into the corner for Jaden Monroe. Monroe, right, comes top of the key. Shelton, Fisher, now left corner for Weinmeister. May trying to post up, and now Andrew Brennan is going to steal the ball away, saves it. Ball knocked around. Caden Clark will finally come up with it. They'll get it off to Russell. 3 off the break is up and no good. And a whistle and a push underneath on the rebound against Aberdeen Christian. I think Furman is going to get, nope, they're going to call Caden Clark for the foul. That's his second and the 17th foul, so we'll walk to the other end. Ron Colley will get their first one-on-ones of the night with 43.5 seconds to go here in the first half. Jaden Monroe will go to the line with a 1-and-1. Monroe 2 points tonight. First free throw of the night for him is on the way. Long, no good. Rebound, Ethan Russell for the Knights. And now the Cavaliers will drop back and pick up man defense at midcourt. About a 7-second differential between the shot and game clock. Christian will pull the ball out, and they're going to take some time off the clock here. Under 30 seconds to go. Brennan will get the ball back, keeps the dribble alive right side, now brings it top of the key, kicks it left corner. Ball to Holscher, now to Brennan at the lane. He'll drive through. Nice pass. Caden Clark can't finish it, but the Knights will get the ball back. Clark will get the pass back, and this time Caden Clark puts it up and good. The Knights stayed active on the board and kept it alive, and Clark will get the 2. Now the Cavs, Weinmeister a 3 at the buzzer off the back iron. It bounces straight up and good. Brody Weinmeister gets a 3 at the buzzer to pull Ron Colley back within single digits here at halftime. But a big second quarter for Aberdeen Christian. They outscore Ron Colley 17-8 and take a 30-22 lead into the locker room. Aberdeen Christian 30, Aberdeen Ron Colley 22. Kurtz Motorsports halftime stats are up in 3 minutes along the Primrose Hub City Radio Sports Network.
Car collect.
Then skip the line and fly right through using the app Lane. Download the app today and enjoy endless washing for one low price. Tommy's Express Car Wash. Open 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week on the corner of 6th Avenue and South 2nd Street.
Area Federal Credit Union wants to wish you a Happy New Year. We've listened to your requests, and with the new year here, we are pleased to announce new and exciting things coming to Area FCU in 2023. Be watching for a new website, mobile app, instant issue debit cards, and a remodel and expansion. Call us today at 605-225-2488 or go to our website, areafcu.org. Come see us on the corner of 8th Avenue and North Roosevelt. Member NCUA.
Having the right gutter system on your home ensures protection from our Midwest weather. ABC Seamless installs seamless steel gutters with large 3x4 steel downspouts, washing away your worries. Contact us today for a free no-obligation estimate at 605-229-0027 or visit us online at abcseamless.com.
All right, welcome back to the Roncalli Gym. We're going to chat with Roncalli girls head coach Derek Larson here, and then we'll get you to the Kurtz Motorsports halftime stats as Aberdeen Christian leads Aberdeen Roncalli 30-22 here in the boys contest. And looking looking at things with coach here on the scorebook, and Derek, defense really the name of the game here tonight for your kids. I thought struggled offensively, especially early, but the defense more than made up for it.
Yeah, we definitely struggled in the offensive end. I mean, I don't know how we go from hitting 12 threes against Miller to then seems like not being able to throw in the ocean tonight. But that's the way it goes. You know, that's basketball, and can't shoot it the best every night. But, yeah, I thought defensively we really played well other than the second quarter.
Yeah.
Second quarter gave up 10 points, and other than that, I thought we defended really well all night.
Well, defended really well in that pressure, just something that they just had no answer for. And, you know, they're a young team still trying to figure it out, but I thought your kids really kept the intensity up, and it created some offense.
Yeah, we said, you know, after the first quarter we were up 20-2, backed off the full court, and I thought we kind of let our guard down a little bit on defense and didn't play with the same intensity we did in the first quarter. And we wanted to make sure we got that kind of crank back up in the second half and did a better job of just playing hard on the defensive end. And, again, gave up 1 point through almost the entire whole second half.
Yeah.
Gave up a layup late, but, yeah, proud of our kids on the defensive end.
Well, and, yeah, especially in that half court, man, like you said in the second quarter, a letdown. Was that a message at halftime? We've got to keep that intensity up.
Yeah, and whether it's in the full court or half court, we just got to continue to play hard. And I thought, again, we kind of let them dictate what they wanted to do in the second quarter, and did a much better job of that after we had that conversation at halftime.
Well, you had good balance, too. That's always nice. Got a lot of kids in, and, you know, maybe a chance to save legs a little bit because it's a busy week, and you got a good Warner team on Saturday.
Yeah, they're a quality team, a team that's been around for a long time, and, yeah, a veteran group that you know, again, you'll recognize a lot of names because they've all started for the last 3 years probably.
Yeah. Well, again, best of luck here on this busy week, and, you know, back above 500, certainly the goal here to just keep finishing strong.
That's for sure. That's kind of the name of the game for us, is just having consistency and coming out and playing as hard as we can every night.
Yeah. Postseason not far away, and love to have that first game at home, and I'm sure that's a goal, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we want to just make sure we're taking one game at a time, not looking too far down the road, and worry about Warner tomorrow and worry about Warner on Saturday. And, you know, again, stuff doesn't get easier next week.
No.
You know, have a couple tough ones there. But, yeah, I want to be playing our best basketball towards the end of the season like this.
Sure. Appreciate you coming up. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Scott.
You bet. Derek Larson, head coach of the Roncalli girls again. Cavaliers roll tonight to a 52-19 win in that girls contest here tonight. All right, so let's get to the Kurtz Motorsports halftime stats here of our boys game. Kurtz Motorsports offers a full selection of Arctic Cat off-road ATVs, side-by-sides, and snowmobiles. Stop by and see Nick or Kurt at Kurtz Motorsports on West Highway 12 in Aberdeen. Numbers look like this here. Again, it's been a real back-and-forth first half of play. Roncalli got down 4-0, goes on a 9-0 run, led the rest of the first half and about half of the second half, but Aberdeen Christian just has too many athletes, and you know you can't hold them down for long. They got more balance in that second quarter, and certainly that opened it up. They had 6 kids score in that second quarter. They've got 7 in the scorebook here at halftime. And again, just a deep team, run the floor and take what the defense gives. And Christian starting to attack the basket and get some more done that way. In this first half, Aberdeen Christian goes 11 of 20 from the floor. That's 55% shooting. The Knights were 5 of 7 from the free throw line and commit just 5 first half turnovers. Good balance, but Ethan Russell leads away with 9, the 6'7 senior. A three-pointer, a couple of twos on 3 of 6 perimeter shooting, and then 2 of 4 from the free throw line. After that, it drops off, but again, a lot of kids getting in the action. Joey Johnson has 5 off the bench for the Knights, field goal and 3 of 3 from the free throw line. It is Caden Clark with a pair of field goals for 4. Jackson Isaacson has 5, 2 of 4 from the field shooting, including a 3. And then it is Connor Furman with a 3 ball. Malik Weaker has been held to 2 points here at halftime. He was certainly a focal point of the Roncalli defense coming in. Andrew Brennan also has a field goal for 2. Abe Holscher and Ellis Russell have also seen time. So, again, the Knights really spreading it around and, again, getting more and more kids involved in the action. And, again, had a lot of momentum heading into the locker room. So we'll see if they can keep it up as we go to the second half. For Aberdeen Roncalli, they are 8 of 22 from the free throw, or from the field, excuse me. That is good for 36% shooting. Cooled down 3 of 9 in that second quarter after starting out the game 5 of 13. Cavaliers 3 of 5 from the free throw line and have 5 first-half turnovers. Balance as well for Roncalli as they have 7 players in the scorebook. Leading the way is Caden Shelton with 5, a field goal, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. Maddox May has a pair of field goals for 4. And then nobody else has made more than 1 shot. But Maddox Miller and Aiden Fisher each have a 3, as does Brody Weinmeister. And then Jaden Monroe and Zane Backus with the 2-point field goals to round out the Cavaliers' scoring. Those are the only 7 to see time here in this first half. And again, everybody into the scorebook here at halftime. But it is Aberdeen Christian outscoring Roncalli 17-8 in that second quarter, and they have opened up an 8-point halftime lead. The Knights, again, highly touted, and for good reason. They have got a deep team, a quality team, and again, moved the floor well. They put those points up in a hurry and found their footing quickly, and where they were down 5, and all of a sudden you looked up and they were up by 4 and pulling away, and did get the lead briefly to double digits before Brody Weinmeister's 3 right before the half. Halftime stats brought to you by Kurtz Motorsports. They have a full selection of Arctic Cat off-road ATVs, side-by-sides, and snowmobiles, so stop by, see Nick or Kurt at Kurtz Motorsports on West Highway 12 in Aberdeen. Back with the second half of action from the Roncalli Gym after this timeout on the Primrose Hub City Radio Sports Network.
Thanks for listening to Hub City Radio. This is Billy Young, head coach of your Roncalli Cavalier football team. We appreciate you helping us encourage student athletes to grow and develop their skills inside and outside of the classroom. We are proud to continue carrying on the strong Roncalli tradition of competition on the playing field. Thank you to Hub City Radio and all the sponsors who bring these contests to you. Go Cavs.
Culver's could have only started in Wisconsin. Just ask our team member Sarah.
When you order a Culver's Butterburger, you're never just a customer. You're a guest in our home. It's why we cook each Butterburger to order just for you, right down to getting the perfect sear on the beef. That extra care may be a small town thing, but it's big time important to us.
Let us serve you with a smile that stretches from our hometown to yours. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's of Aberdeen, located in front of Target on East 6th Avenue.
Triple Play is back again at AgTegra Cooperative. With Triple Play, farmers book their agronomy needs and score rewards for their operation. First, farmers earn a nickel premium on their grain sales. Second, they receive a nickel discount on Ruby Fieldmaster and Roadmaster diesel and earn gift cards for lubricant purchases. Third, they get up to a $40 a ton discount on mineral feed. And for the home run, farmers earn tickets to the AgTegra Appreciation Night concert on August 5th. Call your AgTegra agronomist today to add Triple Play to your farm's lineup.
Welcome back to the Roncalli Gym. Scott Solberg with you from the HKG Architecture broadcast booth. And again, it is Aberdeen Christian leading Aberdeen Roncalli 30-22 as we head to the second half of action. Christian will start with their original starting 5 here in the second half, as will Roncalli. For Christian, Weaker, Brennan, Russell, Clark, and Isaacson. And for Roncalli, Miller, Fisher, May, Shelton, and Monroe. Aberdeen Christian with the basketball. Andrew Brennan will get it left of the key to Caden Clark up high. Standing on the three-point line now to Russell. Weaker will penetrate the lane, get a pass, and then will give it left block for Clark. They'll kick it back out right wing for Weaker. Now Clark down low. Isaacson to the basket. Shot is up and off the mark here from close in. Jaden Monroe providing a defensive coverage here. Made it a little tough on Isaacson to get a good look. Roncalli the other way. Aiden Fisher out front will give it right to Maddox Miller, Now bounce pass low right, block to May, back to Miller. 3 on the way, off the back iron, no good. Rebound backside, Brennan will bring it away, and he'll bring it up the right side of the floor. Cavs will find him defensively. They'll work it to Clark. Christian does in the right corner. Caden Clark will bring it into the lane, kick out to Russell. 3 left of the key is up and long, no good. Rebound Maddox Miller for the Cavaliers. And Roncalli now back the other way. Brennan works him defensively. Miller hands it off to Jaden Monroe right of the key. Monroe dribbling, now will take it into the paint, kicks it back out on the wing for Miller. Miller drives down, guarded there by Russell. They'll work it to Maddox May on the right block. Now to Miller, kick out to Caden Shelton. Shelton with 8 on the shot clock gives it to Maddox Miller. Miller pump fake will get a defender in the air, but forced up the 3 and It will not draw anything, will go out of bounds, and Maddox Miller could hear and feel the shot clock winding down, kind of forced that one. And again, good defense there by Ethan Russell to make him work to get that shot off and then kind of rush it at the end. Now here's an inlet pass intended for Russell, stolen by Jaden Monroe. Outlet feed up the floor. Maddox May will get the pass and will lay it up and good. May with the shot will get it up and in. And Roncalli has the first points of the second half. Weaker on the left wing, keeping the dribble alive for the Knights. Will go left corner to Isaacson. Now Russell, left wing three, perfect. Three-point answer at the other side for Ethan Russell, his second tray of the night. He's got 12. 33-24, Knights by 9. Jaden Monroe with the basketball will get it right to Caden Shelton. Now they'll leave it back. Monroe will get it, takes it into the lane, goes up and over Isaacson, shot no good. And Jaden Monroe down on the floor, slow to get up. Looked like he might have tweaked an ankle. Knights will run the floor the other way, and Ethan Russell will finish off a break on a pass from Brennan. And it is a double-digit lead now, 11 points, biggest of the night, or matching the biggest of the night for Aberdeen Christian. Here's Maddox May underneath, takes it up and around. Caden Clark gets it up and good, and May will draw a foul. Clark will pick up his third of the night, and Maddox May will have a chance at the traditional three-point play. Brody Weinmeister in for Roncalli. Monroe will sit. Connor Furman will check in for Caden Clark, and Ellis Russell will come in as well for Aberdeen Christian to spell Brennan. So substitutions there, and now Maddox May to the free throw line. He's got 8 on the night. The three-point attempt up and good, so Maddox May will convert the three-point play. 35-27, Christians lead back to 8 with 5:15 to play third quarter. Malik Weaker across the timeline will give it right side of the floor to Ellis Russell, now to Jackson Isaacson out front. Isaacson leaves it back off to Ethan Russell. He'll take it in and puts it up and over. Maddox Miller trying to hold his ground and draw a charge, but good body control by Russell to just kind of finger roll it up and in. Russell has all 7 Christian points here in the second half. Back to a 10-point lead here for Christian. Left side, Caden Shelton to get the pass on the wing. They'll work it into May. Out front, Miller takes it, penetrates. Now we'll kick it right for Weinmeister. He'll take it down right block. Little turnaround from 5, up and good. Brody Weinmeister, little turnaround shot up and in. And Roncalli continues to scrap, but quickly now the Knights the other way. And Aiden Fisher's going to pop it away from Malik Weaker from behind. And it will be Christian basketball. Aiden Fisher had Weaker get by him, but then an opening there, and Aiden Fisher will pop it away. Caden Shelton out of the game. Zane Backus will check in for Roncalli. Weaker will lob it out front for Jackson Isaacson. They'll try to dump it low, but Zane Backus gets in the passing lane and will steal it away. Second turnover of the half here against Christian. Maddox Miller the other way for Roncalli. Leaves it back to Weinmeister. They'll give it right of the key for Fisher. Fisher guarded there by Ellis Russell. Now to Zane Backus. He'll pump fake off the block, up and over Weaker, but the shot is short. And the rebound taken away by the Knights. They'll put it in Weaker's hands, brings it up the left side of the floor. Weaker goes left, now down low to Isaacson, and he gets deep in the paint, and Isaacson's little floater up and good from point-blank range. He's got 7. 39-29, Christian by 10, 3:40 to play third quarter on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard. Miller right to Backus, now right corner Weinmeister out on the three-point line. Weinmeister will give it off on the right wing for Maddox May. Now free throw line Backus. He'll try to find Weinmeister cutting through, and he's guarded there by Russell, and they're going to call the ball out of bounds off the hands of Brody Weinmeister. First second half turnover against Roncalli. And Christian will get the ball underneath the Cavalier basket. Malik Weaker will get the inbound pass. Fisher showed a little token pressure, now backs out of it as Weaker brings it up the middle of the floor. Weaker will go right for Russell on the wing. He'll take it in, and a little floater again, up and good from about 5 feet out. He's got 9 points in the quarter, 18 in the ball game. Ethan Russell, the difference maker here tonight. Now here's a drive. Maddox Miller will take it in, and he will draw a foul. Ellis Russell kind of gets caught out of position and will get called for the foul, his first of the night. Second team foul against Aberdeen Christian, and Maddox Miller works his way to the line with 2. Front end up, short, but he'll get it to crawl in good. Maddox Miller has 4 points on the night. And now trying to cut it back to a 10-point lead. Christian just slowly pulling away after they took that lead mid-second quarter. Second free throw for Miller, also up and good. 41-31, Weaker will get the ball and quickly brings it up the left side of the floor, and Aiden Fisher is going to get called for a reaching foul as he comes back the other way. And Backus and Shelton will check in for Roncalli. Maddox May and Aiden Fisher will sit down. The Knights will inbound in front of their bench. Ellis Russell will put it in play. And we'll get it to Weaker. Weaker back to Russell between the circles, and the Knights will try to set it up out front. Weaker will get the ball back right side of the floor, guarded by Weinmeister. He'll take it down, splits defenders, and a travel will be called. Again, Weaker tried to get through 2 defenders and will take an extra step as he kind of got the double team there. Maddox Miller will get the inbound pass for Roncalli and brings the Cavaliers back the other way now as Roncalli tries to cut it back to single digits. Jaden Monroe in front will take it into the paint. Will put up the floater from 5 and left it off the mark, no good. Monroe will get the ball back, and his follow no good. Malik Weaker the rebound. 3-on-2, Weaker look away feed, and the pass intended for Connor Furman. Furman couldn't handle it, and then he gets tangled up with Brody Weinmeister afterwards, and it will be Roncalli basketball coming back the other way on the turnover against Aberdeen Christian. Caden Clark in for Christian, and Joey Johnson will sit. Brennan is back in for the Knights, along with Jackson Isaacson. Furman now has a seat as well. So it's Clark, Russell, Ethan Russell, Isaacson, Brennan, and Weaker, the starting 5 back on the floor here for Aberdeen Christian. Jaden Monroe will hand it off to Zane Backus in front for Roncalli. Backus will try to dump it down low to Monroe, and the pass is going to be thrown away. Monroe can't find the handle, and the Knights come away with it. Andrew Brennan up the right side of the floor gets it in the corner for Russell. Looking down low, Caden Clark underneath gets hung up too far under the basket. Kick out now. Weaker will step up inside the 3. Shot is short, no good. Rebound battled for. Clark tried to get it back up, couldn't get it to go, and Brody Weinmeister pulls down the board for the Cavaliers. 1:50 to play third quarter. Roncalli trailing by 10, 41-31. They'll hand the ball off to Maddox Miller between the circles. Miller to Backus, left wing. Now backside, pass from Monroe. He'll go up and over Clark. Shot won't go. Jaden's getting some looks under there, but not getting him to drop. And now Russell will go up one-on-one with Backus, and Ethan Russell will lay it up and in. It's been the Ethan Russell show here in this third quarter. 11 of his 20 now in this third period, and it's a 43-31 Aberdeen Christian lead. Timeout called by Dan Gallagher from the Roncalli bench. We will take a break as well with 1:20 to go third quarter. 43-31 Aberdeen Christian in front. We're back in 30 seconds.
When a moment creates a health need, visit the experts at Avera Orthopedics. We're moving health forward so you can tell the story. Learn more at avera.org/orthopedics.
43-31, Aberdeen Christian in front of Aberdeen Roncalli. And again, the Cavs have no answer here in this third quarter for Ethan Russell. He's got 11 of Aberdeen Christian's 13 points. Cavaliers calling that timeout with 1:20 to play in the quarter. Jaden Monroe will inbound left of the Cavalier bench, and we'll get it in the backcourt to Maddox Miller. He'll get worked hard there by Andrew Brennan, and Brennan's going to pick up a foul, trying to really pressure him, and then got caught out of position, and Miller smartly goes right at him. And it will be Cavalier basketball. They're going to reset the shot clock here with 1:17 to go in the quarter. Zane Backus will inbound from the far sideline. He'll get it in play to Caden Shelton. Backus will get the ball back. Now he'll give it to Maddox Miller near the center circle. Cavs get the offense in motion. Left side to Backus. Now right of the key. Miller will get the pass back. Will pull up a 15-footer. Shot grazes the front iron short. Rebound underneath, grabbed by Russell. He'll get it up the floor to Andrew Brennan. Brennan kind of a stop and go, and now loses the basketball as he tries to spin on Maddox Miller. Miller comes up with the ball, and the Cavaliers will take it away. Miller back the other way, goes to Shelton in the corner, tries to drive it baseline, and he'll get pushed out of bounds by Abe Holscher, who's going to get called for the foul. Holscher picks up his first of the night, fourth team foul against the Knights. Cavaliers will inbound under their own basket. Ethan Russell will check out of the game. Connor Furman back in with 43.4 seconds left to play third quarter. Inbounds pass to Maddox May, who's checked back in, and he tries to get it to Monroe, who has a little trouble with the pass, but will run it down before it goes across the timeline. Monroe goes left of the key for May, now between the circles, Backus. Zane will drive left, gives it to Caden Shelton in the corner. Shelton will dribble it off his foot, and back the other way now come the Knights. Nice fast break between Isaacson and Brennan, just passed it so well. And Andrew Brennan will lay it up and good. Nice job on the 2-on-1 and good passing between Brennan and Isaacson for the easy two. 5 seconds to go. Maddox Miller with the ball will get it to May. He'll attack the basket. Shot up in traffic. Hard off the glass, no good, and that is your third quarter of play. Through three, Aberdeen Christian continues to pull away. It's the Knights 45, Aberdeen Roncalli 31. We're back with your fourth quarter from the Roncalli Gym in a minute.
Mortgage and Trust. Dakota Bank, here for you. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Insurance and trust services not FDIC insured.
Insurance Plus, count on us. We're the ones to trust. Because things happen, Insurance Plus. For auto, home, life, and more. Everything you need insurance for. Specialized in all we do is done right just for you. Insurance Plus, count on us. We're the ones to trust. Because things happen, Insurance Plus.
Call Insurance Plus at 225-4270 or go online to ins-plus.com. Well, back at the Roncalli Gym, we're through three quarters of play. Aberdeen Christian with a 14-point lead, 45-31 through three. Christian shooting 58% on the night. Aberdeen Roncalli struggling here in the middle quarters, down to just a 32% clip in makes. Roncalli with the ball to start the fourth quarter. Maddox May will get the ball between the circles, and we'll hand it off to Maddox Miller right of the key. Miller will take it in and now leaves it back off to Aiden Fisher. Cavs working, but the Knights defending the perimeter well. Miller to Fisher, now right corner Brody Weinmeister. Looking low for Shelton, forces it in. Shelton in a double team will pass it off to a wide open Maddox May, who puts it up and in. Good recognition by Shelton, and again, nice job by Maddox May to stay active in that play and make himself open. May has 11 to lead the way for Roncalli. 45-33. Isaacson, right corner for Furman. Now down low, Caden Clark pushed out from the block right side. One-on-one with Maddox May. Shelton will put up a little hook shot over May and will put it up and good. Caden Clark has 6 on the night. And the lead is back to 14 with a minute gone here in the fourth quarter. Aiden Fisher goes right for Maddox Miller. Miller drives the lane, stops, pump fake on the block. His shot is blocked by Caden Clark, out of bounds, and Roncalli will keep it underneath. Ethan Russell, Ellis Russell, Malik Weaker, and Joey Johnson in for the Knights. Clark, Holscher, Brennan, and Isaacson out for Aberdeen Christian. So some fresh legs into the ballgame here now for the Knights. Aiden Fisher inbounding for Roncalli right of the basket. And the lob pass will come out front. Shelton will get it between the circles, guarded there by Ellis Russell. Shelton, right side for Weinmeister. He'll work it left side to Miller, now left wing. Pass for Aiden Fisher. Fisher to Shelton in front. He'll get by. Russell goes to the basket. Shot no good, but Shelton is going to end up on the deck. He'll go to the line with a pair. Foul, I think, is going to go on Ethan Russell. We'll get the call here. Nope, they're going to call Joey Johnson with the foul. Johnson's second of the night. Caden Shelton, 3 of 4 from the line tonight, will step up to the line with 2 more. First one on the way, up and good. Roncalli. I thought they were bringing somebody in, but Maddox Miller just talking to Coach Dan Gallagher, and horn rang, but nobody there to check in. Second free throw, no good for Shelton. Rebound by the Knights. Ellis Russell comes up with it, and will give it off to Malik Weeker. Weeker just 2 points tonight, but they really haven't needed him. Ethan Russell has picked up the slack and then some. Russell drives to the basket. That one won't drop this time. Fisher back the other way will go to the basket, and he will be fouled by Weeker on the way in. Malik Weeker will pick up his third foul of the night, and Aiden Fisher will go to the line with 2 shots for the Cavaliers. 6:18 to play in the ball game. Roncalli trailing by 13. And again, getting to the line, they need to convert on these, and Fisher's first free throw off the front iron and falls out no good. Cavs have not been a real good free throw shooting team here tonight. Through 3 quarters, 6 of 8, but 1 of 3 from the line here to start this 4th quarter after that miss. Fisher will have 1 more. This one on the way, short, no good. Ethan Russell the board for the Knights. And Aberdeen Christian back the other way. Weeker gets the ball, brings it up the right side of the floor. Now to the middle, takes it into the lane. Little floater from 5 off the back iron long. Rebound grabbed underneath by Maddox May, and he comes away wincing. Might have turned an ankle. Zane Backus will bring it across the line. Gets it off to Jaden Monroe. Now the handoff to Fisher. Ball comes left side to Weinmeister. Inside, May on the block, kicks it out. Fisher from 3, up and good. Aiden Fisher, first field goal since the first quarter. And it comes from three-point land. 47-37, the Aberdeen Christian lead cut to 10. Malik Weeker now, right side of the floor, gives it off to Russell. He'll throw up a long 3, shot no good. Underneath, Johnson there with the putback, goes up and in. Joey Johnson there with the rebound and the putback. He's got 7. And the Knights answer at the other end. Zane Backus will bring it up the floor, and now will dribble it off his foot. And Backus will turn it over. It will be a foul as Roncalli tries to tie up the ball. Maddox May will be called for a reaching foul after Backus lost the ball. May will check out for Roncalli, and Maddox Miller will check in along with Caden Shelton. Weinmeister also has a seat. Caden Clark in for the Knights, and Joey Johnson, who's been dealing with some back spasms, will come out of the game. Connor Furman also checks out as I believe Ethan Russell came back in. That's Isaacson across the timeline. He'll get it off to Russell, right side 3, rims in and out, and then takes 2 more trips around the rim and drops in good. Ethan Russell, 23 on the night to pace the Knights attack. Now down low, Shelton left block will dribble through underneath and gets hung up, has to kick it out. Here's Miller, a 3, partially deflected, shot no good. Rebound, and there's a push on the rebound called against Roncalli. I think that's going to go on Backus. Christian will get the ball back here. Zane Backus, his first of the night. That's the 3rd team foul. 4:40 to play, and Aberdeen Christian will get the ball back. Roncalli showing some full court pressure here. Straight up man. Caden Clark in the backcourt will leave it off for Malik Weeker, who brings it across the line. Weeker drives right, then he'll change direction. Will take it in, and Weeker's going to get called for a foul on that one. Weeker takes it in, but underneath, Caden Shelton got the feet set. And he'll pick up foul number 4 here with 4:28 to play. Andrew Brennan will check in for Weeker. Jaden Monroe will inbound it for Maddox Miller, and the Cavaliers bring it back the other way. Left side, Monroe will get it, dribbles to the free throw line, and here's an offensive foul whistled against the Cavaliers. Caden Shelton is going to get called for an illegal screen, and Shelton will pick up his 2nd of the night, but it takes the ball away from Roncalli, and down 15, you can't afford to lose any more possessions here. Isaacson the other way for the Knights. Will get it off to Andrew Brennan in front. Christian, a big lead, can afford to be patient here. Brennan between the circles. Will keep the dribble alive. Now we'll kick it in the corner for Isaacson, and A blocking foul whistled on Roncalli defensively. That'll go on Backus, his second. 5th team foul. Maddox May back for Roncalli. Caden Shelton sits. Midway through this 4th quarter, a 52-37 Aberdeen Christian lead. Isaacson inbounding for the Knights left of the basket. They'll get it to a wide open Caden Clark, who puts it up and good. Caden Clark all alone right under the basket. His easiest points of the night. He's got 8. Fisher now will drive, dish. Backus from 3 at the other end for Roncalli. Can't get it to go, and Miller crashing through, trying to get the board, is going to lose it out of bounds. Malik Weaker will come back in, quickly sitting with the 4 fouls, and I know he didn't like the charging call, and he will check back in now with an inbound pass that he'll give to Andrew Brennan. Brennan across the timeline will give it top of the key to Clark. Clark looking for Weaker, left, will instead hand it off to Brennan, left of the key. Pass will come to Weaker on the corner. Weaker now, Clark all alone on the block, turnaround up and good. Caden Clark finding all sorts of space underneath the basket, with Roncalli really putting a lot of defensive pressure on the perimeter. Clark now with 10 on the night. Cavs back the other way, down 19, biggest deficit of the night. Jaden Monroe will go to the basket against Ethan Russell, shot no good, and then a reach, kind of a frustration foul coming back the other way. Monroe's going to get called for the foul. That is his second and the 6th team foul. And the Knights will inbound underneath the Roncalli basket. Isaacson will come in for the Knights, having a seat, Connor Furman. Cavaliers here with 3:04 to play still will show some full court pressure. Caden Clark will get it in play to Isaacson, and Isaacson will bring it back the other way. Pass given right. That will go to Russell. Out top it comes for Brennan. Back to Ethan Russell in the right corner. Knights can afford to be patient here. Just will run the offense down to 20 on the shot clock. No rush. Weaker will get it left. Dribbles to the free throw line. And now has the ball knocked away by Miller. Weaker will get it back, drives it baseline. Nice pass down low to Isaacson, who's going to be fouled as he goes up for the shot. Malik Weaker's not taken many shots tonight, and he has 2 points, but boy, he's making so much happen elsewhere and distributes the ball so well. That was just a really pretty play with a double team on him. Recognized it, gives it off to Isaacson, and Jackson Isaacson will go to the line with 2. Free throw on the way, up and good. Isaacson has 8. 57-37, Aberdeen Christian, their biggest lead of the night now with 2:36 to play. Second one on the way is also up and good. A little token pressure here shown by Andrew Brennan. Now the Knights will drop out of it. Zane Backus will get the inbound pass, will bring it across the timeline. Pass will come right side to Maddox Miller. Miller hands it off to Fisher. He'll get pressure out front from Clark. Caden Clark and Fisher dueling. Now Fisher gives it off to Jaden Monroe. 3 ball left of the key, up and no good. Caden Clark, the rebound, will outlet to Isaacson. Knights back the other way with 2:10 to go, and Isaacson tries to work it low to Russell, and he can't handle the pass. Go out of bounds. That's the first turnover here in the 4th quarter for Aberdeen Christian. Caden Shelton will check in for Roncalli, as does Brody Weinmeister. Monroe and Backus will sit with 2:11 to play. 58-37. The Knights pulling away here in this second half. Aiden Fisher will bring it across the timeline. Pass will come left for Maddox Miller. Miller gets a screen from May. Now they'll pick and roll, and Miller's shot up and blocked by Ethan Russell. Right idea, but Russell makes a great defensive play. Now up the floor, Weaker will get the ball, and a nice drive to the basket. He'll take it in himself and lay it up and good. Back the other way comes Maddox Miller with 1:40 to go. He'll get rid of it right side to Fisher. Now back to Miller on the left side of the floor. Pass middle of the lane. May will kick it out to Weinmeister. Weinmeister into the corner. Maddox Miller from 3 will put it up and good. Miller's first field goal since the first quarter, and a quick timeout taken with 1:28 to go. 60-40, the Aberdeen Christian lead. 1:28 to play in the ball game. We're back to the Roncalli Gym in 30 seconds.
So book your vacation, business travel flights with the Aberdeen Regional Airport today by going to our website, aberdeenregionalairport.us. Your next adventure starts today at the Aberdeen Regional Airport, so don't delay. Book today.
Welcome back to the Roncalli Gym. 1:28 to play in the ball game, and on the Avera Orthopedic scoreboard, Aberdeen Christian 60, Aberdeen Roncalli 40. Again, the Cavaliers led much latter portions of the first quarter through the second quarter, but from that point on, it has been all Aberdeen Christian. Ethan Russell with 23 tonight, Caden Clark with 10, Jackson Isaacson 9. Just the great balance that Christian has, and trying to finish this one strong here. It is Isaacson inbounding. He'll get the ball to Weaker. Roncalli, though, will play hard to the end, and we have got a whistle away from the basketball, and I think issue with the score clock. And I think actually it was an issue with the shot clock. They're going to take, I think, some time off of that. We'll see. They take it down to 32. Weaker now will inbound in the backcourt to Andrew Brennan. And the Knights will bring the ball back the other way. Cavs in man pressure here. Brennan will get it high, top of the key for Caden Clark. Now to Ethan Russell. To Clark left of the key, to Brennan on the left wing. Brennan now takes it baseline. Wrap to Russell in the lane, and Ethan Russell will put it up and in. 25 on the night for Ethan Russell. And he is just a matchup that Roncalli does not have an answer for. Left side, Fisher will get it to Shelton. He'll do a pump fake, put up a 15-footer from the baseline, no good. Clark, the rebound, will save it into the hands of Isaacson. 40 seconds to go. Isaacson will bring it across the line, and a quick timeout taken by Matt Rohrbach. We'll take another quick break here. 38.6 to play, 62-40 Christian. Back after this. Get catered with Domino's Pizza. Anytime you're hungry, Domino's Pizza of Aberdeen is ready to serve you. Go to Domino's.com for a complete roster of all of their tasty offerings and order right from their website. Whether it's delivery, carry-out, or dine-in, Domino's will take care of you. And, of course, you can always call Domino's at 225-5555. 7 days a week, Domino's Pizza of Aberdeen is ready to serve you. Domino's Pizza, conveniently located at 6th and Main. Call 225-5555 or order online at Domino's.com. Aberdeen Christian subs Brendan Stapp into the ball game along with Abe Holscher. Holscher will let fly from the three-point line, top of the key, no good. The rebound grab by Ellis Russell, who also came in, and now the Knights will clear their bench. Josh Schoeneman, a 5'11 junior, and Becker Bosma, a 6'4 freshman, will come into the ball game. And the Knights shot clock off with 19.3 to go. Will inbound. Bosma will give it off for Abe Holscher in front, and the Knights will dribble it out here. Jackson Levino, Thomas Griffin, Carter Sampson, and Parker Greben check in for Roncalli, and this one will wind down 3-2-1, 62-40 the final, as Aberdeen Christian will win it to go to 16-1 on the year. The Cavaliers will have their record evened out now at 9-9, as they'll look ahead to Groton next Tuesday night here at the Roncalli Gym. 62-40. Aberdeen Christian with the victory, and we will be back to recap it from the Roncalli Gym after we take a post-game timeout on the Primrose Hub City Radio Sports Network.
Dr. John Carroll's Dr.